This is going to be a tutorial on how to cut tiles for custom tiles for any cube. Now, you will need a few materials before you start to do this, so I will go over the list of what you need right now. However, you need to know which puzzle you're cutting tiles for before you know how much tile material to get. So in this tutorial, I will be making tiles for a Scube, because most of the Scube stickers, as you can see here, start fraying at the edges even after just a little bit of use. So I will be cutting tiles and showing you how to do that. So what you need, the cube you want to tile, which in my case is a Scube, off the screen now, of course, okay, then you want, I got graph paper, because graph paper has the cool little squares on it, which is quite nice, and I just went ahead and tore out a sheet before the video. So I have a sheet of graph paper, and then you need a pencil, and if your pencil isn't sharp, a pencil sharpener. You need a ruler. This one happens to be on the end of a letter opener, but it still has a ruler on it, so it works. And you need your tile material. I have 6 colors, because Scubes need 6 colors. Pyraminxes only need 4, etc. And then I have a scrape right blade, because that makes it a lot easier. But if you don't have a scrape right blade, you can use an X-Acto knife. And what's awesome about this is I was trying to cut open a box of dots earlier because they had glued the flap shut, and I ended up cutting my hand open, which is quite exciting. Oh wait, yeah, which is quite exciting. So X-Acto knives work. Basically all you need it for is to take off the stickers. So, with that being said, you need to have all these things. To get the uncut tile material, you go to cubesmith.com, and then right under the logo at the top, you'll see the little tabs that you can click on for different items, like stickers, vinyl sheets, tiles, etc. And then you click on the word tiles, and then you scroll down a little bit, and it'll say something like, need uncut tile material, click here. And then you click here, and then you can buy tile material. Be warned, though, that right now, March 14th, that they are having delays with orders, so it may take a week or two to get your uncut tile material. But I will continue to show you how to do it, so when you get your material. So I got 6 colors, and I'm just going to be doing the normal color scheme. And since I'm doing that, I'm going to get a normal 3x3 so I can make sure to get the color scheme right. So I got a 3x3 with a color scheme that I know is correct because I put it on a while ago. And as you know, the Scube does not have the correct color scheme. It has like white opposite red and yellow opposite bright or light orange. I don't know, it's really weird. So I'm going to be using this. And so what I'm going to do first is show you how to take, well, what you want to do first is take off a side of stickers. You just take your scrape right blade or your X-Acto knife, and you just start under a corner and cut the whole thing off. You want to get it all in one piece and keep its original shape. And once you've done that for one whole side, you want to stick them all right next to each other on a piece of paper like this. So I will zoom in a little bit. This is what it should look like. No gaps. And then, since you've done this, now you don't have to worry about measuring these gaps between pieces. Now you can get the exact length of each side. Now once you've stuck them all down, you want to take your ruler and measure one side that you know is perfect. In the case of the Scube, each side is 1 3/4 inches long. So, I've written that here, 1 3/4. And since it's a square on each side, you can put 1 3/4 on 2 different sides so you know it's a square. Then what you want to do is you want, wow, way off camera. Then what you want to do is measure each piece. So, let me just draw this on here. As you can see down at the bottom, it's upside down. The corner piece is 3/4 and 1/16 inch long. So both of them are like that. And then you can just subtract those two added from 1 3/4 inches, and you'll get the amount of the little inner corner on the cube there. You basically just need to measure each piece. Since you know these triangles are equilateral triangles in this case, you just know that this side is 3 3/4 and 1/16. This one is the same, and then this side is just connecting those 2 points. So that's just fine. So then once you've done that, you can go ahead and start to make guidelines. You want to make 6 of these. You can't use this one. So what you want to do is take your ruler, make sure that you'll have enough room, and draw and since I'm using graph paper, I can use the lines to make sure that they're all straight, which is nice. So I do 1 3/4, then I want to do 1 3/4 at an exact right angle. From that, like this, 1 3/4. Now I want to do the same on this side. And a good way to check to make sure that each of your sides are perfect is after you've done 3 sides, if you measure between the last 2 points and your side becomes 1 3/4, you know you've done it correctly. So there, I've got my 1 3/4 perfect square. Then I want to go to one side, measure 3/4 of an inch and 1/16 in. Here's 3/4 of an inch and then 1/16, and make a mark. In this case, my graph paper makes the graph paper scale makes it so I have to go over exactly 4 boxes. This is another advantage to using graph paper. And then once you've drawn 2 lines for one corner, as you can see right there, I've drawn 2 lines. You want to take your ruler and connect those. Now do take into consideration that this is a cube, and it's possible that this is not the puzzle you are working on. So then I want to do the same with another one. 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, and 4. Then you want to connect all of those lines. And then you should have something that looks like that. Now, if you want to check your work, you just use your ruler again, and you go back and check to make sure that each are 3/4 and 1/16. In my case, they all are. So this middle segment should be 2/16, and it happens to be 3. But that doesn't matter, you can always shave it down a tiny bit. So once you've done this, and you've got your perfect side for your cube, what you want to do is take a pair of scissors, which I forgot to tell you that you needed, and you want to cut this out perfectly. So I'm going to cut it out outside of the lines so I don't accidentally cut any of it off. And then I'm going to be very careful and cut it off right on the outside of the line. And then, if you click on the link at the bottom of the screen, or in the description, you will be taken to part 2 of this tutorial, which is how to cut the actual tile.